We have been celebrating Women's Month, and there's 2 days left to this beautiful month. And I hope, as women, we have been sitting in our spaces and really trying to analyze what it means to be a woman right now in South Africa, what it means to be a woman in this generation, and what impact are we having really to make sure that we have space, we occupy certain positions on this earth that otherwise we wouldn't have been occupying had it not been for women who marched on the 9th of August 1956, right? There are certain things that we as women in this generation should be setting ourselves up for, so that we also can have an impact for future generations. So one of the things that I've been thinking about are the events and functions that we normally organize for ourselves in this month to try and grow each other. Normally the main aim of the hosts of events is to gather women so that you can share tools on how to solve the problems and challenges that we are all faced with, common challenges that we're finding ourselves facing on a daily basis, right? But then there are 4 attitudes that I believe make up part of these events and functions that actually destroy or minimize the impact of these functions. They are great functions, but then because of these 4 attitudes that we women bring to these functions, that actually minimize the impact. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you today about. So basically, this is a video for women, just to encourage women that as we exit this month of women, hopefully these are some of the things that we will let go of in order to make sure that we become better people, we become better women in the lives of those around us, right? So today I'm talking to you about 4 attitudes that we need to let go of as women in order to have peace. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. So, there's one attitude that I want to talk about. Normally I always talk about it, but today I want to talk to it in terms of it being called the expensive champagne glass attitude. Expensive champagne glass attitude. People who are so fragile, guys, that you can never have fun around them. Are you one of those women? I mean, you organize a trip as girlfriends, to go to this event, to go to this function because you're trying to let go of, the stresses of your daily lives. You're just trying to have a day out with the ladies and just let your hair down and let loose, dance the day away, laugh the day away. But as a group of friends, that as you're organizing to go on this trip or to go to these functions, there's that one champagne glass, that last born, that one who's the only child. She keeps reminding you how she's the only child, she's the last born, she is fragile, she is sensitive. Guys, Pelamina, I'm sensitive, guys, please treat me well, hold me with care, because I'm just super fragile. And you guys, every time you want to plan a trip, I mean, the first thing that somebody mentions is, guys, is she coming with? You know what, guys? Now I can't deal with somebody this fragile. We are forever having to be around you and saying, like, I mean, we are forever having to give you attention. Let go of that attitude. That is an attitude problem. I am a last born at home, but I don't have such problems. So it is an attitude problem. It's not about the attention that you got at home. And besides, you know what? You need to know with whom to be fragile and when to be fragile. I'm not saying that as women, we shouldn't we shouldn't show emotion, we shouldn't do this. But I'm saying, as a group of friends, when we go out, we are trying to forget our problems, we are trying to distress, we are not trying to think about our sentences before we speak, because somebody's going to get hurt by a silly thing that doesn't even make sense to everybody else, right? So it is an attitude problem, guys. At some point, there is a level of thick skin, buffalo skin, that you need to grow, because there are situations that just don't need your brittle self, your fragile self. There are situations that really need people to let go and have fun without always tippy-toeing around you, thinking that you might just get hurt at any point in time. So if you are that friend who's always fragile, let it go. I hope that is one thing that you can decide to do. As you are spring cleaning for September, that is the one thing that you need to really assess. You are too fragile, and everybody knows that you are an egg, whether you're at home, you're with your colleagues, friends, at church. You are just an egg. Girl, it's not helping anyone, and it's definitely not helping you, because there are some situations that really need for you to stand up and speak for yourself. Speak up for what you believe in, or stand rather for what you believe in. You will be sitting there crying when people are sending out messages that are hurting you. Instead of crying, there are situations that require you to wipe your tears, woman up. I almost said man up. Woman up and face your challenges head on, right? You need to develop a buffalo skin. The second type of attitude that we need to let go of as women who go into these functions, because really we minimize the impact of these functions, is the other extreme, the don't care kind of attitude. I don't care. I speak my mind. People know me. If you want to be my friend, you better know this is how I am. Lady, that is an attitude problem as well. You can't always be the one who's brutally honest. You can be honest without being brutal. And you cannot be always the one with the sword. You are the one who always tells people where to get off. Why? That tells me, if you are known to be the one who will tell the brutal truth, who will be brutally honest, who doesn't have filters, then lady, that is another problem. That is an attitude problem. Nobody is born with a mean attitude. Nobody is born to be brutally honest on earth. We develop these things because of our environments, right? It is an attitude problem. So as much as the fragile champagne attitude needs to be let loose, you also need to understand you can be honest with people without being brutal. So let the brutal part go. You can be truthful without being brutal. And you must know the times when to be brutally honest and when to just keep your mouth shut. There are times where you don't have to be that girl. You can just let it go, let it slide, leave it for another day. And at times, if you have an issue with someone, you don't have to make a spectacle of them. You can take them to their side and actually tell them what you think. Share how whatever it is that they are saying or doing makes you feel. You don't have to embarrass somebody in front of everybody and make and sour the mood of what we are trying to do. When we are on a road trip, we are going to these events or functions, we want to be happy, we want to be joyful, we want to let loose. So don't bring your don't care attitude to this trip. That is an attitude problem that needs to be let go of. So think about it as you're doing your spring cleaning for September. The third thing that is normally a topic somebody in these events will mention is the PhD syndrome. I mean, guys, PhD, according to academics, is a highest level of studying, right? That is a beautiful thing. That is an excellent thing. But as women, in South Africa, I don't know whether this term is being used anywhere else. In South Africa, we've taken this prefix PhD and we've turned it out to be something so horrible. They call it the pull hair down syndrome, right? You know what? I don't believe in such. And I always am shocked when I hear a woman of great stature, a woman of great dignity speak about people who have PhD syndrome, pull hair down syndrome. You know what I believe? For you to detect PhD syndrome in other people, it means it lives in you somewhere. You know, they say to catch a thief, you must hire a thief. You can't hire a priest to catch a thief. What do they know about criminality? You have to hire a thief. So if you constantly believe that people's actions, people's words are meant to pull you down, it means you might have been doing that to other women yourself. That's why you are so sensitized to this PhD syndrome. So you know what? Can we just all agree that this term we will never use again in any woman's event, right? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's an attitude problem. You know, if you're operating from love, you will never feel like anything that somebody does is a PhD quality, right? Pull hair syndrome quality. No. Pull her down rather syndrome quality. No, if you're operating from love, when you see somebody doing something, you will start thinking about the mindset of this person, the heart posture of this person. Why would this person do something this cruel to me? What is it about them that's making them this mean towards other people? You will start having an eye of compassion. You will have a heart of compassion towards people who are doing, maybe, honestly doing wrong things towards other women. But for you to detect that somebody has a PhD problem, it means maybe you also have the same syndrome. So let it go. As you are cleaning out for September, think about that. Do you still believe in PhD? Why do you believe in it? Is there something in you that is attracting such behavior towards you? It's time to clean up. Let it go. The last attitude that I want to talk about that is a common theme in these events is jealousy or negativity. Either you are there sitting, looking at the outfits of people, you have turned yourself into what I call a WDPS, a Women's Day Police Services. You are looking at people's makeup and you are commenting on it. You are looking at people's outfits and you're commenting on it. You just want to find something wrong in other people so that you feel better about yourself. That is the only reason why you have a red pen in these events. It's because you are feeling inferior at a certain level. That's why you need to find fault in other women in order to make sure that you feel good about yourself. So get rid of the red pen, get rid of the marker, right? Get rid of that negativity that you have. And if it's not, the red pen issue, then it's the other extreme of jealousy. When a woman is well put together and maybe they are a presenter at that event and you start seeing that physically you don't see anything wrong with them, now you start becoming, Women's Day Police Service of language. You're the one now who detects the kind of language that she uses. Is her English proper? Is the accent proper? I mean, you will find something. You will try very hard to find something because of your jealousy. Those are the kind of attitudes, 4 attitudes that I believe infiltrate these events of women that we need to let go of. When you enter such a space, these are the kind of things that you need to search your heart for, because they will stop you from benefiting from the event, from benefiting from the speakers in these events, right? So my motto is, when you get into those events, the one thing that you should say is, Mpagologe, Satan, I'm not here for that kind of business. I'm here to learn. And for those of you who are not Setswana speaking people, Mpagologe means get off me, devil. Get off me, Satan. I'm not here to talk about PhD. I'm not here to be jealous. I'm not here to have a red pen. I'm not here to bring all sorts of negative attitudes. I'm here to have fun with other women and to, most importantly, take something out of these events so that I can better my life with. So, Mpagologe, Satan. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.